Hi everybody, I'm going to show you how I start my seeds. These are all annuals. I'm doing two different types of cosmos. One's lemonade, one is the cupcake white. I have the zinnia in the giant regular ones, and then also the cactus, some African daisies, some poppies, some double zinnias, and then these 5 spots. I've actually never grown these before and they actually look kind of cool. So as you can see, I already labeled each pack for each plant. So this whole pack is going to be this right here. For these poppies, I'm going to do 1 row for each kind because the seeds are usually pretty small and I don't really want that many. Same for these giant zinnias. What I usually do is I fill my entire tray here full first. You can see in my other video I showed you how to fill the tray of soil before starting. Each one is labeled so I don't have to worry about that. And then the only thing I usually use is tweezers. Seeds are very small and it's kind of a pain to try to use my fingers if you have nails to try to put the seeds in where you want them. So just pour some into your hand. These are the lemonade cosmos. These are what the seeds look like. So what I usually do is I pick up 1 seed with my tweezers and I'll place them right on top of the soil. And I usually do 2 to 3 per cell. For the cosmos, I'm going to do 2. I tend to keep them towards the corners, diagonally from each other. And I just place them right on top of each corner. Now these ones are pretty easy because obviously they're pretty long, but when you get into some of the other ones, they're very tiny and very hard not to drop them all. Put the rest back in here. And this is what it looks like, just sitting on top like that. Now what do? Is I take my tweezers and I press them in. Each packet will tell you how deep to plant each seed. I usually go down about a 1/2 inch. They're gonna grow no matter what. As long as you're not putting them and leaving them right on top like this, you're gonna be fine. But so basically take your tweezers, grab a hold of the seed, and just push down in there. After you get them all in, you're just going to take your finger, push some of the soil over, and gently pack it down. You don't want to press too hard because then they'll have too much of a hard time trying to get up through the soil once they start germinating. And then that's it. After this is all done, I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like towards the end. So now you can see that I have my whole entire tray planted, and this soil was pre-moistened. It wasn't super wet. I had done it the other day and kept it in my tote. When I buy bags of soil, I usually dump them in a pretty big tote, and then I will wet it down so that it's not super dry. Because like this soil right here is super dry, and it's hard to plant seeds in that. So now what I'm going to do is I'll take one of these 6-packs out, and I'll put a little bit of water on the bottom, probably just about that much, and I'll leave it, and then I'm going to go put this under my grow light after. I just want enough of the water to soak up from the bottom to keep these moist. I probably will not have to water these again for another week or so. But what you want to do is just keep an eye on the soil. If you start seeing it turning a light brown color, add some water in the bottom. With seed starts, you don't want it super wet, because what's going to happen is it's going to become moldy. If you notice that you have a gnat problem or like little flies, what you could do to prevent them from getting into your soil is take cinnamon and just sprinkle it over the whole top of this lightly before the seeds start to germinate. For some reason, fungus gnats don't like cinnamon. I learned it from another YouTuber a couple years ago, and it has always worked for me. So I recommend doing that before they start to germinate. This is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and I will try to answer all of them as best as I can. I'm going to do another video coming up on planting sunflowers because they're a little bit different. All right, thank you so much for watching.